So that's fact number one that you need to remember. Fact number two, every Christian should memorize apocryphal writings are all written in the 2nd century or later. He goes, in the current post we address the issues of apocryphal New Testament writings. These are writings that are not included in the New Testament, and these writings are often attributed to famous individuals: the Gospel of Peter, the Gospel of Thomas, Acts of John. What particularly is noteworthy about this fact is that even critical scholars agree, while there is dispute over the dating of some New Testament books to Peter, the pastoral epistles, there is virtually unanimity over the late date of the apocryphal books. These are, of course, fringe attempts to place some apocryphal writings into the 1st century, e.g. Crossan, but they are fringe. And so basically, Krieger makes a point that the apocryphal writings are 2nd century, which is very important. He then goes on to his third fact. The New Testament books are unique because they are apostolic books. He goes on and says Jesus had commissioned his apostles so that they might be with him and he might send them out to preach and have authority, Mark 3:14-15. And so basically he's saying that the early church had an understanding that the apostles had authority. In fact, he says, the church's overt dependence on apostolic writings is precisely why we see a proliferation of apocryphal books in the 2nd century and later that were named after the apostles. So that's a very important fact, to know that we can trace the New Testament as authoritative because they come from the apostles or connected to the apostles in some way. The fourth fact is that the New Testament writers quote other New Testament writers. So we have 2 Peter 3:2, which quotes Paul, and 1 Timothy 5:18, which is quoting Luke. And what that tells you is that there was already an acceptance of what was authoritative, because they're quoting even New Testament books. The fifth fact